James, Andre, you've been listening to this speech as well and keeping an eye on what else has been going outside of Ukraine at the moment. What kind of reaction has there been from Russia to this?
Well, the Russians have been swift to answer via basically state media. RIA Novosti was already quoting experts saying that, what's just happened, this visit of Joe Biden was a show that indeed Ukraine is a tool of the collective West in a war against Russia. Also, that indeed Russia was not at war with Ukraine. I quote, certainly not with the Ukrainian people, but indeed with the West. So this is very much going to be the narrative with this visit from Joe Biden. And the fact of the matter is, tomorrow, Vladimir Putin is due to deliver a State of the Union address, which was expected to be quite hawkish already and anti-Western. And indeed, well, it appears that probably there will be a few edits to that speech because, after such a visit by Joe Biden, there will probably be some kind of reaction tomorrow by Vladimir Putin himself.
Another interesting piece of this whole puzzle, because there has been a lot of diplomacy. We're talking about Biden, who is in Kyiv for a surprise visit, the Vice President Kamala Harris, who was just in Munich, and the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who has been in Turkey. When he was there, Oliver, he accused China of considering backing Russia in this war. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah. We now can probably assume that Antony Blinken was making these comments with the knowledge that Joe Biden was going to be going to Ukraine. So it might be read in the same, probably in the same sort of symbolic nature of coming at the 1 year mark of this war. It seems a little bit strange that China might possibly be considering sending weapons to Ukraine. It's not something in line with what they've stated so far. But then again, if Antony Blinken is saying this, it's probably not out of the ordinary either. It probably is perfectly feasible. There is also the possibility that Blinken might be just simply flexing American power in this sense. It's a shot across the bows. He did also warn that there would be consequences for China if it were to do it. And another thing that it might also want to do is it's getting the notion out there that China its intentions in Ukraine are perhaps not as honest as they thought before. Particularly, it's casting aspersions on China's professed role as a peacemaker. China has continually said, even state media is publishing today articles that say there is a document being prepared to try and get Ukraine and Moscow to the table. Now, what Volodymyr Zelensky said during his speech earlier on, he said that they will fight until all of Ukrainian territory is liberated. This is exactly what he's been saying for the past 12 months. So this pretty much puts China's professed hope, which is also something that Russia has tacitly backed as well, is that it wants to get both sides together to the table for peace talks from Ukraine's point of view, and no doubt Washington as well. There would be a case is that there's no broker in Moscow to deal with for peace.
All right, Oliver, thanks for that.